All right, good morning. It's Bill Hurrelbrink coming to you live from the newsroom. I'm going to bring you an update here on this crash that's got all lanes of northbound I-29 closed at 6:35 up in the Northland. This was a three-car crash that happened about 45 minutes ago during the 6 o'clock hour. We had it on air before any emergency responders showed up. There was a few cars squeezing by, but the police, the fire department, and everybody got on scene rapidly and were able to close off all lanes of northbound I-29. Now, all of that traffic is being diverted onto southbound 635, and it has just created a mess up in the Northland. When I take you into the backup, this is a live look from McComas Drive here with this camera, and you can see that is just continuing off into the distance. Looks like we have more first responders showing up here on scene, as it looks like another squad car is moving its way up, but you can see traffic just really piled up there on northbound I-29. Take you around that area with our traffic maps to give you an idea of what the traffic flow looks like around there, because our traffic maps do a good job of just showing how slow it is. You can see those delays now stretching all the way back to North Oak Trafficway. So again, if you are downtown trying to head up towards the airport or parts north along I-29, make sure you avoid I-29 here anywhere south of 635. If you can make your way over to 635 north to join I-29, that will put you on I-29 north of the crash scene, and that will get you around it. But if like you're downtown or something trying to head north to catch a flight at KCI, I would advise heading west on 70 into Kansas. Take 635 north, where then again you can jump up and access northbound I-29 north of the crash scene. But again, lots of traffic lined up there, again, as you can see, all the way back to North Oak Trafficway. Now it looks like they may be able to open up portions of I-29 here shortly as we look live there right now. Again, it looks like they have the leaf blowers out there. They're trying to blow a lot of that debris off, maybe dry up some of the fuel that spilled on the interstate there. But I can at least see 1 to 2 motorist assist trucks. It looks like a tow truck maybe on scene there, as well as a fire department vehicle, maybe an ambulance, and then a handful of police lights as well. While this is on here, I'm going to go ahead and check into the back again. Let's see, this is the camera from North Oak Trafficway that I'm trying to pull up that you can't see right now, but it is currently spinning and not wanting to load for us. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to bring you that camera. Let's see where they have the camera at 169 and I-29 pointed. They'd have that pointed at a bunch of trees, so that's not really worthwhile to you either. But again, you can see northbound I-29. Maybe they're about to get that right lane open back up again, as it looks like we're getting at least one semi through that stretch right now. So if you've got an Amazon package in the back of that trailer, hopefully that's going to get to your house on time today, or to the distribution center. Again, we're dealing with all lanes of northbound I-29 currently closed down here, but it looks like they may be opening, at least one of them right now, here live on our live stream at 7:10 this morning. So we're going to go ahead and update our Facebook post to indicate that it looks like one lane of northbound I-29 is now opened here at the crash site at 6:35. But unfortunately, big delays behind this, because it was closed for about 30 to 45 minutes during one of the busiest parts of the morning rush hour. And again, that has been stacked up now to about North Oak Trafficway. So again, if you're in the Northland, Grandview area, the Gladstone area, or North Kansas City, you're trying to jump up the northbound I-29. It is just now reopened in the last 30 seconds. Only the right lane getting by. Still, if you're going to be in those two left lanes, you're going to 635 to Kansas anyway, so just heads up there. If you're stuck in those lanes, you're going to go there. And that's not the only problem spots we're watching on the morning drive. We're also seeing some normal slowdowns there around the Jackson Curve, as folks are dealing with that road construction project there. And then last check, Shawnee Mission Parkway was closed for a stretch between Flum and Quivira due to some power lines down across the road. Shawnee police were taking drivers kind of around the block there at Johnson Drive, at Shawnee Mission Parkway. Your best bet would be to jump up north to Johnson Drive, and that would get you around that okay. But again, the big thing that we're watching here is going to be on northbound I-29, where just within the last 45 minutes or 45 seconds to a minute, they have reopened that right lane on northbound I-29. There's so many dang interstates in this city. Northbound I-29, the right lane has reopened there, as you can see right there. on I-29. So good news there, not totally closed anymore. I do want to bring in First Warn 5 meteorologist Savannah Tennyson here. You've been monitoring a little bit of rain here in the metro, which I know a lot of people have been getting a little bit of rain here today. I know a lot of people got rain yesterday here in the metro. Why don't you just walk them through the forecast here for today, and I will work my best to try to bring up your weather maps here in just a second so you can kind of guide us through what's going on.
Okay, and also don't forget to unmute me so they can hear. Yes.
Everybody wants to hear you, so you are now unmuted. Yeah, there you go.
So let's talk about the weather. We did have those rain showers coming in overnight. They're slowly starting to move out, but if you were trying to pop up like in the metro, not everyone's going to be seeing these rain showers. It's going to be very isolated, about a really 20% chance throughout today. That's going to be moving out. Those clouds are going to be clearing out just in time for this afternoon. Because of that, the sun's going to allow those temperatures to warm back up into the low 70s as we head into this afternoon. And don't even get me started about what we're going to be seeing for this weekend, because it is going to be almost picture perfect. We're talking upper 70s on your Saturday, and then 80s by Mother's Day. I know a lot of people are going to be getting out and about, maybe buying some flowers, maybe going to the pool. Are the pools open?
Pools typically open here around Memorial Day, so we still probably have a couple 3 weeks left for that. But if you own maybe your own pool, you could open that. But most public pools and residential pools will be around Memorial Day weekend.
I bet a lot of people will be taking maybe their dogs out to Shawnee Mission Dog Park to let them swim.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are your dogs big swimmers?
The German Shepherds love to swim.
Okay, well, there you go.
Can't get them out of the lake.
If you're at a Shawnee Mission Park and you see the German Shepherd splashing around, that's probably Savannah's dog. So beautiful weekend ahead of us. I know I can't wait for this. It's been kind of gloomy over the last couple of days, and then the whole month of April seemed gloomy. So all of this sunshine that we've got here since the month of May has rolled in has been really, really nice, and I think really beneficial to a lot of people's mental health, just to get a little bit of that vitamin D you get from the sun. So that's been really nice as well. So I think everybody can't wait for this system to pull out of here, that the sunshine back out again and jumping up into the 80s. How about some short sleeves and shirts? Come on. All right. Let's get back over to a little bit of traffic here, Savannah, because we want to keep people updated on this. There's so many buttons to push over here. I tell you what, you guys confuse me. How everybody can keep this straight. All right, let's switch back to over here. This is what we're watching on the roads this morning. This is northbound I-29 at 635. Now, up until about 5 minutes ago, all lanes of northbound I-29 had been closed here in this intersection because of a 3-car crash that was, we don't know about injuries yet. Just within the last about 5 to 6 minutes, they have reopened that far right-hand lane of northbound I-29, which is great for people who are trying to maybe get up to the airport or in downtown Kansas City, Missouri, because this is one of the only ways to get there currently. Your other best bet, I think, to try to avoid all the big backups that are on I-29 right now, and let me show you those real fast so you just have a good idea of what those look like. So again, northbound I-29 is probably jammed up from the crash site there at 635 all the way back to North Oak Trafficway, and yeah, it is. So again, if you're downtown, what I might suggest you do if you're trying to get around this, head out west on I-70 here. You can go on 670, join 70, and then jump north on 635. That'll take you past the old Indian Springs Shopping Center there in KCK. Once you get north of that, you can stay on 635 through portions of Parkville and Riverside, and then you can take that flyover ramp and rejoin northbound I-29 there. That'll put you on I-29 north of this crash scene, and I think that's going to save you a lot of time if you're trying to get up to the airport. Other problem spots we're seeing, looks like southbound 635's got some issues here right south of the rail yard. Let's go ahead and take a peek over there. Let's see if we can get a scout camera to work there and see if there's a crash or something happening there. Looks like everything is running. Well, just spun the camera around. I think we found out what happened here. Let's go ahead and take this. Oh, yeah, it looks to be a stalled car or a crash there. If you look closely right there, the kind of the top of your screen, a little something going on right there, and that appears to be what's causing that slowdown across the rail yard that we're seeing there on 635. So we'll call that slow just for a little bit of a stretch, maybe from Kansas Avenue on down to just about Metropolitan. Then you're back up on the gas all the way down to I-35, where you're probably going to encounter some stacked up traffic again because everybody lines up in that right-hand lane. Well, they're zooming in here. Let's take a look and see what they're looking at. Looks like we got Kansas Highway Patrol. Looks like that's just a stalled car, tow truck on scene there, getting ready to pick that guy up, get him back on the road. So good news there. And that's right there, what we circled there on your traffic maps. Elsewhere around town, southbound I-35 giving us the normal look into downtown, coming across the Missouri River and the Bond Bridge. Slow there, trying to navigate that Front Street route on into the northeast corner of the downtown loop. This right here is all construction-related slowdowns. That's because that left lane is closed just past the Jackson curve. Once you get north about 23rd Street, you're back up on the gas there, and there's no problems into downtown. Normal volume-related delays here further out to the east, although it looks like I-70 has really popped wide open, so that's looking pretty good there. 470 giving us the normal look here, slowing down between 50 Highway down to View High Drive. That's construction related there as well. Looks like a stalled car near 435 and State Line Road, and I bet you anything we got K10 running a little bit slow already this morning too. Let's turn on that traffic flow and see what that looks like. Or not. One more click. There it is. Oh, that's not quite too slow yet, but that'll start bogging down here back towards K10, K7 interchange coming up here in a little bit. So again, the big news right now is northbound I-29 has reopened to at least one lane of traffic there at 635. It had been closed for quite a stretch, about 45 minutes or so. They do have that right lane back open, so hopefully that helps ease some of that backup that we're seeing to North Oak Trafficway right now. And then again, you'll be able to use northbound I-29 as normal. But again, pretty good backups right now to North Oak Trafficway. I would still avoid that if you could. That'll save you a lot of time there on that commute. We're going to go get ready for another update here on KCTV5 here during CBS Morning, so we're going to go prep that. We'll be on your TVs coming up here in the next few minutes. And if this continues to be causing some big problems in the Northland, we'll jump back here on our streaming platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, and the KCTV5 News app, and we'll bring you those updates here as we get through the heart of the morning rush hour, which really gets underway here towards the bottom of the hour and will last for a little bit after 8 o'clock this morning. But again, from up in the newsroom, I'm Bill Hurlbrink. Again, news is northbound I-29 has reopened that right lane there at 635. It's just going to be a slow go for probably the next half hour, 45 minutes until they get this thing wrapped up. But again, I'm Bill Hurlbrink up in the newsroom. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Buckle up before you head on the roads this morning. Take care.